not feeling well, if you have any aches or pains, just be very mindful of your body, be kind to yourself. You know your body better than anyone else. If something doesn't feel right, that means it's not. So just pull yourself out, take a little breather, have a drink of water, and rejoin us. Do as much or as little of the class as you would like. Tonight we are going to do a Sunday evening restorative yoga. My restorative classes are not like normal restorative classes where you only do 6 poses and you hold them for like 10 minutes each. I do have a little bit more movement, just for people that maybe don't want to just sit in one pose for 10 minutes. But they are very restorative. It's a slow-paced class. We're going to hold stretches for a long period of time. We're not going to go quickly between stretches. It's a nice one for opening up parts of your body and really lengthening out and relaxing and just getting in touch with your breath and your body. So hopefully you enjoy that. So if you want to bring yourself onto your mats, we're going to start sitting cross-legged. Should you know what? No, we're not. We're going to start lying down. So bring yourself down onto the mats. If you do want to have a cushion or anything, if you want to pop a cushion underneath your shoulders and your neck and your head, then feel free. Otherwise, you're going to lay down on the mat with your palms facing up to the sky and your feet falling open, and just gluing your spine down onto the mat. Close your eyes and allow yourself to melt into the mat. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose, expand your abdomen. Feel those lungs from the bottom all the way to the top. Exhale, draw the navel in towards the spine. If you have quite a large dip in your spine, feel free to bend your knees and place your feet flat. That is an option for you as well. And as you're breathing, feel that inhale wash through you as though it's cleansing the body. Exhale, releasing the breath. And start to let your breath tune out all outside distractions. So you're tuning into that slow and steady rhythm, the rise and fall of your inhale and exhale. Forget everything you did before, everything you need to do after. This is your time. Let's take an imaginary broom and sweep the mind free of clutter, getting rid of anything that does not serve us in this moment. And let's check in with those key tension points that we tend to hold onto. So drop the shoulders down away from the ears, allowing those shoulder blades to glide down the mat, melting into the ground like lava. Neck long. Head light and facial features becoming soft. So try not to frown or furrow your brow. Letting go of any tightness in the face. Letting go of any tension. Unlock your jaw. Allow the tongue to drop down away from the roof of the mouth and unclench your back teeth. Maybe your mouth is open ever so slightly. And on your next breath, straight out your left leg and draw your right knee in towards the chest. Take hold of the right knee, inhale to lengthen. Feel that spine grounding down into the mat, keep the neck long, and pull that right knee in towards you. And you can start to rotate the ankle, loosening up your joints, sending the foot one way and then back the other. Always breathing, keep that breath flowing, especially in a class like this. Use that breath to pull you deeper into the stretch. So always inhale, we lengthen, exhale, get deeper into that stretch. Very gentle stretch down the front of the hamstring. And if you do want to rotate your ankle to get the synovial fluids flowing around the body, Just starting to gently mobilize, by all means doing that. Take a deep breath, take hold of your right knee and start to drop that knee open to the right. So we're opening up our hips. Use your left hand to push down on your left hip bone. So you're keeping your spine nice and flat. You want to use that hand to keep the hips nice and neutral. And if you want to get deeper in this stretch, you can bring your fingers around your big toe and straighten that leg out so you get into your hamstring as well. But make sure the spine stays flat on the mat. Well done, wherever you are. If you have your knee bent still, that is absolutely perfect. Just make sure wherever you are in this stretch, your spine stays flat. So what I mean by that is that you're not pulling so hard with the right that you're lifting up that left hip. You want to keep them neutral and flat. Spine down the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Take one more deep breath here. Very gently start to draw that right knee all the way across to the left. So we're going to give ourselves a twist. You're going to reach that right arm out, gaze down those right fingertips, and pulling that right knee across. You might feel a little click in the spine, quite satisfying. Giving ourselves a twist. So remembering when we twist, we compress the organs, releasing toxins. When we release the twist, we allow fresh blood to run through our organs. And if you want to, again, you can take hold of your right toe with your left hand and straighten that leg out. I don't have the room to do it. For some reason, I've moved my mat really far across the room. Breathe into that twist. And if you're straightening your legs, really feel that stretch through the hamstring as well, getting into the hips. Really nice, everyone. From the tip of your spine all the way up to your neck, you want to feel that twist. Take one more deep breath. And gently bring yourself back to center. You're going to take that right ankle to your left knee into your reclined pigeon, bringing your hands onto the back of your left thigh and gently pull that leg towards you. So you're getting a nice stretch through the glutes. This is a really good glute and hamstring stretch. And a good hip opener. Inhale. And exhale. With every breath, try and pull that knee in towards you. This is a nice one as well to massage your spine. So if you want to give yourself a little rock, by all means, feel free to do that. Breathing nice and deeply. Really feel that hip melting open. Feel that stretch through the glutes and the hamstrings. Always pulling that leg in a little bit with each breath, even if it feels like you're hardly moving. Keep that neck long, shoulders down. Give me one more breath here. Straighten out that left leg and point that right leg up towards the sky and flex the right foot. So you can bring your hands either to the back of your thigh, the back of your calf, or if you're feeling super flexible, you can take hold of your big toe and start to pull that leg towards you. A nice hamstring stretch here. Inhale. And exhale. If you do have a strap, if you're using a strap, by all means use that. Deep inhale. And exhale, very gently deepening the stretch with each breath. Try not to place your hands on the back of your knee, only use the back of your calf or the back of your hamstring, the back of your thigh. Deep breath, inhale. Well done. Give me one more. Nice and deep into that stretch, and then gently bring that knee down. Take both knees towards you And then you're going to cross the right leg over the left. We're just going to take our reclined cow face, which increases hip mobility. So you're going to take hold of the opposite feet with your hands. And you're going to pull the feet apart and towards you at the same time. So as I was saying yesterday, if you took my class yesterday, if you're a runner, this is a really good one to do before and after you run, because it increases mobility in your hips. It's a really good stretch for that. Inhale. And exhale. Enjoy the feeling of your hips stretching. Well done, really nice. Take one more deep breath here. And gently drop that right leg down. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Hug that knee in tightly. Make sure the spine is nice and flat, neck long. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, pull that knee in. Gentle stretch down the left hamstring. And if you want to, you can start to rotate that ankle. Gentle mobility. Send the synovial fluids flowing around the body. Remember to go both ways. Wiggle your toes if you want to. Inhale to length with every exhale. Always try and pull that knee in a little tighter. Really nice, well done. And just feeling that spine nice and flat, melting down into the mat. Shoulder blades melting down as well. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Deep inhale. Take your right hand to your right hip. Left hand to your left knee and gently drop that knee open to the sides. We're opening the hips. And remember, keeping the spine flat. So what you want to avoid is pushing the left hip open so much that your right hip lifts and you're lifting your back. You want to push down on that right hip bone to keep the spine flat. And if you want to, you can take your fingers around your big toe and just straighten out. If you have space, and I still don't really have space here, but if you want to straighten out, you get a nice stretch through the hamstring. Again, if you do have a wall there and you want to use a wall to bring your foot against, like I'm doing, that's quite a nice way of doing it as well. And you can use your hands, both hands now, to level out your hips. Really nice. Breathe deeply into that stretch. Really feel those hips melting open. Ground down through the spine. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. So the good thing about taking it nice and slowly with these stretches is that you can really indulge in your breath and you can indulge in the stretches as well. You can push yourself further than maybe you would if we were in a fast-paced class. Really feel those hips are opening. This is a good stretches as well, these leg ones. If you are practicing splits, which we're going to go over again this week, these are nice ones just to stretch and open the hips and stretch out the hamstrings. Take that knee, the left knee, and draw it across to the right. So we're going to twist. Reach that left arm out, gaze down those fingertips, twisting from the base of your spine all the way up. And if you want to, again, you can take your fingers around that big toe. Straighten the leg and gaze down those left fingertips. Feel a nice pull in the hamstring. You want to do that? If you don't, lovely too. And breathe, inhale. And exhale, really feel yourself melting into that twist. Imagining that you're a dirty dishcloth and you're just wringing out all of that dirty water, ready to just let fresh water flow through you when you release the twist. One more deep breath here. Gently bring yourself back to center. Take your left ankle to your right knee and gently bring your hands to the back of that right thigh and pull the leg towards you, reclined pigeon. Inhale, and remember, if you want to just give yourself a little rock to massage your spine, then by all means do that. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, pull that knee towards you. Nice stretch through the glutes, the hamstrings, the hips. Inhale. So all of these floor stretches as well are good to do before running. Just getting into all those leg muscles. Deep inhale here. Exhale, pulling that leg towards you. Really, really feel yourself melting open. And indulge in that breath. Try and breathe deeper each time. So try to hold for a second, pausing at the top of your breath. Really teaching your lungs to reach their full capacity. Take one more deep breath here. Really nice. Get as deep into that stretch as you can. And straight that right leg out. Left leg is going to go up towards the sky. Flex that left foot. So, hamstring stretch. Hands either on the back of your thigh, your calf, or reaching for your toe. And if you've got a strap, by all means use it. Might find one hamstring's a little bit tighter than the other. My left is very tight at the moment, which is strange because my right is the one that I injured really badly. Deep inhale, and as you exhale, gently pulling that leg towards you. Really nice. Keep that foot flexed if you can. And just breathing into the stretch. And if you feel like you actually don't want to pull the leg towards you every time you breathe, that is absolutely fine. You can just hold the leg upright, trying to keep it straight. This is a really, really good one. If you're trying to reach, if you're using a strap or trying to reach for your big toe, it's a really good one to do before running. It's a really good one for knee strength. It's just a really, really nice hamstring stretch. Take a nice deep breath here. Gently drop that knee and bring the right knee up to meet. And we're going to cross the legs into our cow face again, but we're going to bring the left leg in front this time. Take hold of your opposite feet and gently pull the feet apart but towards you. Deep inhale. And exhale. Pulling the feet apart and towards you at the same time. So really good for increased hip mobility. Again, for running, really good. With every breath, try and pull those feet towards you a little more. Get nice and deep into every single stretch. Use your breath to push you. So I always think inhale to prepare, exhale to go. So when we inhale, we almost lengthen, and as we exhale, deepen that stretch. Really feel the muscles almost contracting. Take one more deep breath. And gently straighten out. Take an inhale here, arms down by your side, feet falling open. And exhale. Inhale, draw both knees in towards your chest. And gently either bring yourself into a fetal position and then up to seated, or you can gently rock like a little boat to bring yourself up into a seated position on the mat. Sitting on those sit bones nice and evenly, bring your palms onto your knees. Take a nice deep breath. Take your chin towards your shoulder, doesn't matter which one, and we're going to gently roll that head from shoulder to shoulder. Loosening up. So if you want to progress into a full neck roll, just mobilizing your entire neck, then by all means do. I know some people don't like a full neck roll, but if you do, feel free. Rolling that head all the way around. Really nice. Remember to go both ways. And then gently bring yourself back to center. And start to roll those shoulders up to your ears, down your spine. To your ears and down your spine. Really feel as though you've got pens on those shoulder blades. You're trying to draw a circle, almost like a spirograph. Nice and deep shoulder rolls. So when they come up to your ears, you're lifting. Exhale, draw them down your spine, pulling them down into the mat. Take a deep breath, interlace your fingers in front and make a circle with your arms. So imagining that you're hugging a giant beach ball. Drop your chin to your chest and just curve the spine so your body becomes a C shape. So in this position, you're going to feel those shoulders pulling apart at the back. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe into that shoulder stretch. Inhale, curving the spine. Exhale. Inhale, start to push those arms up towards the sky, turning the hands outwards, lengthening up through the spine, drop the shoulders down. Deep breath, bring those arms out to the side, in line with your shoulders. Start to twist your wrists and wriggle your fingers. Just getting little bits of movement into every inch of our body, every nook and cranny, just waking up our bodies. Draw those arms behind you, pull your shoulder blades together at the back and open that heart center. Inhale here. And exhale. Really nice. Inhale. And exhale. Feel free to hinge forward if you would like to here. That's completely up to you. If you want to stay upright, please do. Hinging at the hips, try and keep those bum cheeks planted. Continue with this breath. Take a nice deep breath here. Gently rolling back up if you are leaning forward. Splitting your arms, bring your right hand in line with your right hip. Keep those sit bones nice and even. Take that left arm up and over. Bring the left arm in line with your left ear. And try and reach all the way to the other side of the room. If you want to drop down onto your forearm, by all means do that. But what you want to avoid here is leaning too far back or too far forward. I want you to imagine that top half of your body is in a toaster or a line between two panes of glass. Try and push that left hip outwards. Lateral stretch down the left side from hip to fingertip. Inhale, reach. Imagine you're adding inches onto the left side of the body. Keep both bum cheeks nice and planted. So if you feel that that left hip is lifting, just draw yourself out a little. Deep breath. Really nice. And gently bring that left hand down in line with your left hip. Your right arm is coming up in line with your right ear. And start to hinge across to the left. Reaching with those right fingertips. Push that right hip out. Keep those bum cheeks planted. Remember, if you feel them lifting, just pull up the stretch slightly. Keep your neck long. Try not to disappear into a double chin. And if you want to drop down onto your forearm, by all means do. Make sure that body stays aligned. Inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Reaching, trying to touch the other side of the room. Imagine you're being pulled by the finger. It's intense, but it's a nice intensity. Inhale. And exhale. Gently back to center. Take a little twist through our shoulder girdle. Your right hand's going to come behind you like a secondary spine. Your left hand's going to come to the outside of the right knee. Gazing now over your right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale, push that knee away and twist. Feel that twist in the spine and the shoulder girdle. Always trying to look a little bit further behind you as you twist. Inhale. And exhale, pushing on that knee. Remembering that you are compressing the organs ready to release and let fresh blood flow through them. And try not to lean back onto your arm, keeping yourself nice and upright. Getting as deep into that twist as you can. And then gently bring yourself back to center. Now taking your left hand behind you, right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, push that knee away. And twisting. And remembering that you're like a dirty dishcloth, wringing out all of that dirty water, ready to let go and let fresh water flow through you. Gazing all the way behind you, keep that neck, long shoulders down. Use that back arm as a support, but don't lean into it. Twisting. And back to center. Bring your hands in front of you. And bring yourself into an all fours position on your mat. So spine nice and flat to begin with. Push down through your palms, your knees, and the tops of the feet. And take a deep breath here. Inhale. And just feel yourself grounding in this position. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale, start to drop the navel to the floor, gaze up towards the sky. We're going to start to mobilize the spine. Exhale, arch like a scared cat, crown of the head down towards the floor. Inhale, hollowing out the lower back, opening the heart center. And exhale. So if you are happy with your cat-cow movement, feel free to continue. If you want to freestyle the movement, then also feel free to do that. Feel free to get into whichever part of your body you need to. Hips, neck, head, shoulders, legs, wrists, whatever you want to do. You can take that movement now, get as weird as you like. Really, really indulge in that movement. Take it nice and slow tonight. We're trying to recharge our bodies. So still do the movement that you might do usually, but take it a little bit slower. In time with your breath, keep that breath nice and slow and long. Maybe you want to sit back in your child's pose, reach your arms out in front. Maybe you just want to come up on your knees. Maybe you want to get into your hips or your spine, drawing figures of 8 with your body. Maybe you want to get into your wrists. If you're practicing arm balances, this is a good one for stretching your wrists. And whatever you are doing, keep that breath flowing. And then let's take a nice deep inhale. Bring yourself back to center. Drop down onto your forearms. We're going to thread the needle, so reach that right arm out, straightening it out in front. Take that left hand and pass it underneath the right armpit. And you're trying to look underneath that right arm, trying to pull yourself, almost pull yourself through, rolling onto your left shoulder. So we're opening the shoulders, really, really stretching. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. Roll deeper, trying to pull yourself through. Inhale. Gaze down those left fingertips. Exhale. And breathe here, really feel those shoulders opening. Well done. Take one more breath here. Gently bring yourself back to center. Reach that left arm out. Take the right arm and post it underneath the left now. Trying to pull yourself under that left armpit, rolling onto your right shoulder. And breathe, inhale, gaze down those right fingertips. Exhale, trying to pull yourself all the way through. Getting nice and deep into the shoulders now. Deep breath here, inhale. Exhale, gently bring yourself back to center. Reach those arms out in front and gazing straight ahead between your hands. Bring your chest down onto the mat into your extended puppy. Sit bones up towards the sky. Feet and knees parallel out behind you. So we're stretching out our chest and our abdomen and our shoulders, also the backs of our hamstrings. Draw that navel in towards the spine. If you want to get deeper into your shoulders, you can come up on your fingertips like little spiders. And breathing here, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, really feel that stretch through the shoulders, through the chest, through the abdomen, through the lower back, through the upper back, gazing between your hands always. Really, really enjoying that feeling of lengthening out as you hold the poses for longer. Drop your hands, pull your chest along the mat and bring yourself into your Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, you're kind of like one of those little statues in Egypt. So you're bringing your palms out on the mat in front of you and your arms are nice and parallel, shoulders down and neck long. And we're going to point our toes here to engage the lower half of our body, which we tend to forget about in this pose. I'm just going to move the camera ever so slightly because I don't think you really need much of what's above me if I'm doing these floor poses. So on your forearms, make sure the elbows are under the shoulders, point the toes so you lift the knees and you're engaging the glutes and the hamstrings. You get a nice little engagement in the lower back as well. Shoulder blades down the spine, neck long, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Really feel that engagement, opening up your chest. Feel that engagement in your lower back. This one's really good for lower back pain. And always pointing your toes to engage so we don't forget to work that lower half of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Really, really feel. The thing is about holding poses like this for a long period of time is that when we usually do a vinyasa class, we kind of go through them quite quickly. We just scoot over them. So when we hold them for a long time, you can really engage those parts of the body that maybe we miss out on when we're doing a fast-paced class. We don't hold this pose for that long, so we don't realize actually how nice it is to feel that engagement in the hamstrings and the glutes, how nice it is to feel that engagement in the lower back, how nice it is to feel that stretching and that opening of our heart center. Take a deep breath here. And start to move that right arm out in line with the mat. So you're taking the mat out of the equation. You're bringing your arm out to the side. And you're going to start to roll onto your right hip. Bring your right ear down onto the mat. And we're leaning on to our right side. So we're going to get a nice deep stretch into our shoulders. This is a really amazing shoulder stretch. And we're going to counter what we just did with our thread the needle. Take your left arm and you're going to bend your arm and push down on your fingertips. And you're going to use that hand, your left hand, to push you into a deeper stretch. So we're trying to roll onto that right armpit. Take your left leg slightly out behind you. Still keeping on the right hip. And if you want to, you can bend that left knee, plant the left foot, and roll even deeper. And breathe. And if at any point this stretch becomes a little bit too intense, bring yourself back into your Sphinx pose. Breathing here, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, really push into the shoulders. Feeling them opening with every breath. Take one more deep breath here. Gently bringing yourself back to center. Back to your Sphinx pose. We're going to take a little Sphinx in between both shoulders. So make sure you're engaging, point those toes, lift the knees, engagement in the lower back, gaze straight ahead, elbows under your shoulders, shoulders down, opening that heart center, inhale. Left arm out in line with the mat, bring your left ear down onto the mat and roll onto the left hip. And come up on your right fingertips so you can use that hand as a lever to push you deeper into the stretch. And if you want to, you can bring that right leg out behind you. So you roll deeper onto that left shoulder. You can also bend the right knee and place the right foot flat. Inhale. And exhale. And breathe. Inhale. Really roll onto that left shoulder. Lovely, everyone. And remember, if it gets a little bit too much, it's quite an intense shoulder stretch, this one. Just bring yourself back to Sphinx. We'll meet you there in a minute. Keep that left ear to the mat as you roll nice and deep. And then gently bring yourself back to center. Bringing those arms in front in your Sphinx pose. Really nice. Take a nice deep breath here. And start to push yourself up and bring yourself back into a kneeling position on the mat. So you'll shift yourself into the center of the mat if you want to, or you can stay at the back of your mat. So we're in kneeling. If this is too much for your knees, I know some people don't like to be in kneeling, please take your child's pose and you can meet us after. We're going to take our thunderbolt. So you're just going to tuck your toes under. It seems like a simple stretch, but it can be a little bit intense. Bring your hands onto your thighs and you're pushing back into your heels. So we're just stretching out our feet. And breathe, inhale. Feel that intensity in your heels, in your feet, and exhale. Really nice. Well done. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. So we're going to stretch our feet this way and then we're going to take our toes pose very briefly, which is a good one as well if you're a runner. And what it does is it stretches our arches and our shins and helps us avoid plantar fasciitis, which is an illness of the connective tissue in the feet that causes heel and foot pain. And it is a really, really nasty one. So these stretches will help avoid that. So take a deep breath, just untuck the feet. Bring the hands behind you, planting those palms flat. And you're just going to very gently start to lift the knees so you're stretching the front of your shins, front of your feet. It doesn't matter if you don't lift very high, I'm hardly lifting at all. And if it feels too much, gently bring yourself back into a kneeling position. Or take your child's pose. We're not going to hold for long. Just give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring yourself into a seated position on the mat. Bring your feet in front of you, knees bent, feet flat, feet about hip width apart. And start to roll down onto the mat, rolling one vertebra at a time. Nice and slow. Peeling yourself onto the mat. Bring yourself all the way down. Spine nice and flat. So if your spine is completely flat, you might feel that your pelvis has a very gentle tilt. Feet flat, knees bent, heels drawn in towards the bottom. And your knees and feet parallel like train tracks, about hip width apart. Shoulders away from the ears, so your neck's long, arms down by your side. Make sure head, neck, shoulder, and spine are in a nice straight line. Push down with those palms into the mat. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, start to send those hips up towards the sky. Imagine someone's got a string lifting you through the pelvis all the way up. Walk those shoulders together underneath your back and interlace those fingers. Planting those feet nice and flat. And what you want to avoid is bowing your feet and knees out to the side and getting lazy. You just want to keep that engagement in the glutes and the hamstrings. So this is also a really good one for pelvic floor. So especially if you've had a baby, always inhale to release and exhale, engage the pelvic floor. Feel those pelvic floor muscles drawing up into your belly as though you're sucking an egg up inside you. And exhale. So shoulder bridge. It's a bit of a powerhouse. It's a really good glute and hamstring stretch. It's really good for the pelvic floor. And it's a lovely one for stress, anxiety, and insomnia. So it's a good back bend as well. Does a bit of everything. Breathing into that stretch. Inhale. And exhale. Keep those hips nice and high. Inhale. Feeling that engagement in your legs. Ready to give me one more deep breath here. Unlink the fingers and very gently start to peel that spine back down onto the mat. Hugging your knees in towards the chest. Gently rocking from side to side. Releasing your spine. And if you want to take Apanasana for longer, please do. And if you want to take your happy baby, take your fingers around your toes. And start to draw the knees towards you as you rock. Just breathing and just letting that little bit of movement as you rock start to cool you down, bring you ready for Shavasana. And bring those arms down on either side. Just take the legs into a tabletop position. Drop both knees over to the left, gaze to the right, reach that right arm out. Little twist through the spine just to finish up. Breathe nice and deeply here. Gently bring those knees all the way over to the right, gaze to the left, reach that left arm out. And bring yourself back to center. Hug those knees one last time before you start to straighten that body out and bring yourself into your position for Shavasana. So you do have options here. You can lie on, really you can lie however you want, but you can lie on your back. You are very welcome to bend the knees, bring the feet flat. You can take reclined bound angle, which is where you bring your feet together like palms, let the knees fall open. This is a really nice one if you're pregnant. It increases blood flow to the pelvic floor, gives you that feeling of being nice and open. And if you do have a bend in the back, feel free to just pop a cushion underneath. You can also put a cushion underneath the head and the shoulders to slightly elevate you. Or you can lie on your side in fetal position, pop in a cushion between your knees. However you would like to take your Shavasana, please do feel free. You're also very welcome to not take Shavasana. I know it's not for everyone. So if you don't want to stay for relaxation, I absolutely won't be offended if you log off now. Have a drink of water if you need. Get a blanket, socks, jumper, cushion. Dim your lights, pop on some music. Do whatever feels good for you, whatever feels right. And then bring yourself back down onto your mat. Close your eyes. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand those abdomens and send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs, filling them like a glass all the way to the top. Exhale, reversing the breath, drawing the navel in towards the spine. And inhale. Let's bring ourselves back to where we were at the beginning of the class. Tune into your breath. Tune out your distractions. Take an imaginary broom and start to sweep the mind completely clear. free of thoughts, free of worries, forgetting everything we did before and need to do after, and just taking these few minutes to completely indulge in our own relaxation. Checking in with those key tension points, making sure our facial features are soft and gentle, not frowning, not furrowing the brow. Making sure the jaw is unlocked, the teeth unclenched, and the tongue drawn down away from the roof of the mouth. Shoulders away from the ears, allowing your neck to become long. Take your attention to your feet. Feel them fall open on the mat, each toe unraveling one by one. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs becoming lightweight, as though someone has just taken the batteries out of you. All the way up to the base of your spine and feeling each vertebrae trickle down into the mat one by one, trickling down like water, melting into the earth. All the way up to your shoulders and feeling those shoulder blades glide down your spine, drawing down into the mat. Feeling your neck become longer, head light, free of thoughts and worries, face soft, jaw unlocked. Arms lightweight at your side, palms open, fingers unraveled, exposing your palms to the sky. And finally, take your attention to your chest and your abdomen. Slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. As you inhale and exhale. And gently start to wiggle the fingers and the toes to pull awareness back into your bodies. Take your knees in towards your chest and gently rock from side to side to release your spine on the mat. Rocking all the way over into a fetal position. And then gently bringing yourself up to seated. Palms on your knees. And take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. When you exhale, let out a deep sigh, like you're letting everything go. And again, once more for luck, inhale. And draw your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this evening. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your evening. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Namaste. As always, guys, if you have anything that you guys would like to practice, feel free to pop some comments on Facebook or Zoom. We are going to do another restorative one this week, probably on Wednesday evening. Other than that, we are going to go over splits again at some point, but anything else that you guys have that you would like to work on, drop me a comment and I will get back to you, and I will try and do a class around everything everyone wants to do. Have a lovely rest of your evening.